Coming up on our premiere episode of Scenic Stops, we'll take you to an area of Northwest Ohio that boasts some of the rarest findings on Earth. We'll also take you to a factory that makes a product so good it's used worldwide. And if you're feeling a little hungry, come with us to an area produce farm and we'll see what sets them apart from all the rest. Right now on Scenic Stops. Hello and welcome to Scenic Stops. I'm your host, Kathleen Phipps, and I'm thrilled to be a part of this new and exciting program right here on WBGU TV. This show is all about what makes Northwest and West Central Ohio unique. Unusual and unknown, we will be taking you on scenic tours each week right from the comfort of your home. This region is rich with history, culture, and diversity, and each episode will bring you a unique story about this area we call home and about the people that we call neighbors. We're so happy you decided to make a scenic stop. First up now in our premiere episode, I'm standing on top of the Oaks Dining Hall on the campus of Bowling Green State University. It is a state-of-the-art dining facility that boasts a Hearthstone oven for pizzas, wide open spaces. They even grow their own herbs and vegetables right here on the rooftop. Makes you wonder though, where do most of us get the produce that we eat? And where does that fresh food come from? How fresh can it be? Well, up along the shores of Lake Erie in Huron, Ohio, is a place where hundreds of the best chefs from all across the country travel each year to survey the produce. Hundreds of chefs traveling hundreds of miles. What's the big deal? These chefs know the quality of the food that's grown there, what makes it better than the rest, why the trip is worth it. Let's go now up to Huron, Ohio and talk with farmer Lee Jones and see just what's cooking at the Chef's Garden.
I'm Farmer Lee Jones from the Chef's Garden. We're in Huron, Ohio.
My name is Carl Swanbeck. I'm the executive chef at the Culinary Vegetable Institute. I'm also the product manager for the Chef's Garden for the field products.
We work directly with chefs that are committed to sustainable agriculture. We have about 500 visiting chefs a year here on the farm. They drive our business. We're called the Chef's Garden because chefs dictate what we grow and how we grow and the way we do things. We're extremely excited to have a chef on the grounds this morning. He's coming in from New York City, from the Ritz-Carlton, and we're going to walk the fields and the greenhouses, and we're going to taste product and look at product, and we're going to learn from each other.
My name is Shay Fitzgerald. I'm a chef at the Ritz-Carlton Battery Park. I'm here doing some research at Chef's Gardens for my new restaurant opened up in Staten Island, New York, called the Pink Elephant.
We're nestled right along Lake Erie. Lake Erie is the shallowest of all the Great Lakes. Consequently, it's the warmest, providing an amazing microclimate to grow vegetables. What we do is grow and market gourmet vegetables, herbs, greens, lettuces, and we ship them directly to chefs, regardless of where they're at.
I've been using Chef's Garden now for at least 4 years. I can look at places upstate New York and stuff, but I like to find the attention to quality and the attention to details and the knowledge about the products that they have here, and the customer service is really good.
Our philosophy of farming is sustainable agriculture. We kind of look at sustainable agriculture in 3 different ways.
One is that it's environmentally friendly, and obviously the way we're growing without chemicals is very environmentally friendly. Another one's that it's socially responsible.
But the third leg of that, the part that I think is the most difficult, and the one that nobody really likes to talk about, is that it has to be economically viable. We have to be able to stay in business to be sustainable. And that's the challenge. Small family farms aren't supposed to be here. Large corporations have been able to do it on a very, very efficient basis, and it's about the tons per acre and the disease resistance and how far a tomato will ship rather than the quality and the integrity of the product. We can't compete with those 3,000 to 5,000 acre farms. We have 300 acres. We only farm half to 1/3 of that in any one year. For us, our goal is to work in harmony with nature rather than try and outsmart it.
And one thing you'll never hear us call stuff around here is you never hear it called dirt. We have such a round of respect for it. It's not dirt until it's on the bottom of your shoe. And that living soil just creates such phenomenal flavor. And then on top of the flavor, the nutritional values of our vegetables far exceed ones that you buy off the shelf.
The sand that we're standing on right now is some of the richest sandy loam in the world. This was all part of the lake bottom about 11,000 years ago. The glaciers were extremely heavy as they flowed down through to the lake, and they ground the soil very fine, and so it drains well, but the old lake deposits make it truly some of the best soil to grow in the world. In fact, the wineries were big here before they were in Napa Valley.
For me, beyond organic, it's like, it's just knowing everything about the product. Because, as in this day and age, this is the age of information and technology. So people know a lot more about food and what they're eating, and they're asking more questions. I have to be prepared to answer those questions. Where you get your fish from, where your beef from. They want to know if it's local or if it's imported. Some people have that concern nowadays.
I think that we're, as a society, recognizing finally the importance of where ingredients come from, how they're being grown, that it's important to know who grew them, that there was somebody conscientious on this end taking care and doing the right thing to grow these in a sustainable fashion.
I'm like a little kid when you plant a seed and you actually get to see it grow and get to see it come to maturity. It has never worn off on me how amazing that is. I love when people ask me what my favorite vegetable is, and it totally depends on what the season is.
We're really concerned about seasonal sensitivity. Because you can eat a tomato 12 months a year doesn't necessarily mean that you should. Look, when asparagus is in season, we ought to have it 3 times a day. And then when it's out of season, we should lust for it for 10 more months. But there's such a natural rhythm. It will follow the seasons. When the asparagus comes out, the beans come in and the squash come in, and then the sweet corn and the carrots and the beets. And you move into the fall with the fall squash and the potatoes and the rutabaga, the celery root and the parsnips, and we eat what's in season. It's a healthier, more natural way to live. And that's what we try and do on our farm.
Well, it's good to know that so many great chefs are proud to purchase their produce right here in the Buckeye State. And the good news is that the vegetables and the herbs that are grown at the Chef's Garden are available for us to use in our own homes. To find out more about home delivery in your area, you can contact Chef's Garden on their website. Now, from fine food to fine footballs? That's coming up next. Stay tuned. Okay, we're going to take things a little bit south of Huron now. We're going to head over to Ada, Ohio, where the people at the Wilson Football Factory have put years of pride into their work, creating a product that's used all over the world. Let's go now. We'll go to the Wilson Football Factory and talk with Dan Riegel, the plant manager, get a little history of the plant, and just see how this world-class company operates.
I'm Dan Riegel, and we are here at the Wilson Sporting Goods Football Factory in Ada, Ohio. And I've been here 31 years, and I'm the plant manager. Wilson Sporting Goods has the only football facility in the United States, and obviously we've been here since the 30s, and it's been Wilson since '55. Right now we're making over 3,000 footballs a day, and most of those will go to either the NFL, collegiate, or high school. We are the official ball of the NFL, we're the official ball of the Canadian Football League, and we're the official ball of NFL Europe. And we have made all the footballs for the NFL, has since 1941. We start out with the side of a cow. The leather comes in, it looks just like the football when it's done. Originally, the football was referred to as a pigskin because an actual pig bladder held the air in the ball. We cut out 4 panels for each football. We stamp Wilson NFL, Wilson NCAA, whatever we're making. Then we sew a lining panel onto that leather panel, which gives the ball its strength. Then we sew the football together inside out. And then it's turned by hand where the laces are going to be. And then we insert a bladder after it's turned right side out. That holds the air in the ball. We lace the ball shut, put it in a mold, and it's ready to be inspected and then sent out to the team. So someone can actually call here this morning and we can ship a ball out this afternoon to them. We make the best quality football in the world because our people make footballs every day of the year. And they do it for years. And what we're looking for when we send a football out is consistency. We want the ball they use on this play, the ball they use on the next play. We want it to be consistent, and we can make a consistent football. And we make the best quality ball because we make them every day, and our people are actually professionals at it.
I'm Pam Boutwell, been here going on 17 years. I lace about 270 balls a day. When I watch the Super Bowl game, it's really exciting because you wonder if that's been your ball that you lace.
Our people have a lot of pride in what they do here because the net product at the end has such high exposure. So they're very proud that they turned that football, they laced that ball. We take a group of our employees every year to the Super Bowl. We actually make footballs the week leading up to the Super Bowl. And so the fans from that area can actually see how the balls are made. And that's pretty unique, and people just walk up and they say, well, you don't really do it that way in the factory, do you? Well, yeah, we do it all by hand. We're really proud here in Ada that we make
The #1 selling football in the world.
and our factory's finest moment is when they kick off the Super Bowl. I mean, without us, they couldn't do that. Throw me one of those over there. This is the official Wilson Football Factory pass.
Whoa, nice throw, Dan. So, if you're a football fan, or maybe you know one, you may be interested in a tour of the plant. Tours are available occasionally throughout the year, and we're sure to see the Wilson football again this year in New Orleans at Super Bowl 47. And now we're going to go from footballs to fossils. I've always known that Ohio is unique, but I never knew that some of our history is so rare that it can only be found in 2 places on Earth. And some of that history is found in Northwest Ohio, right up near Toledo. Well, let me ask you, are you a fossil geek? Are you fascinated by the thought of touching something that's over 350 million years old? If so, have I got the place for you? For your kids, your grandkids? Come on, roll up your sleeves, grab a shovel. Let's go dig us up some fossils at the Olander Park System Fossil Park in Sylvania.
The Olander Park System started in 1958. It services the Sylvania School District, which is the city of Sylvania, Sylvania Township, and 7,000 citizens of the city of Sylvania. Fossil Park started in September of 2001. It is one of 6 parks operated by the Olander Park System. It was one of only 3 parks of its type in the country. The other 2 were in Buffalo, New York, and Rockville, Iowa. It has 375 million year old Devonian fossils. The cool thing about them is you can only find them in Devon, England. That's where the phrase Devonian comes from, and here in Sylvania, Ohio. So if you're a fossil geek, and fossil geeks are all over the world, you got to either come to Devon, England, or Sylvania, Ohio. The Devonian era is roughly 350 to 375 million years old. And surprisingly enough, for people from Ohio, what's really cool about those fossils is they're all water creatures, because Ohio back then was located near the equator and was all underwater. So of all the 15 to 20 fossils that you'll find here, every one is an underwater creature. So it just goes to show you how the world has changed over the course of evolution. The biggest creature that people want to find from the Devonian era is the trilobite. And if you find a really cool trilobite here in either the Devon, England area or the Sylvania area, you can get up to $500 to $800 for a trilobite. And if you ever go see the exhibit of the Devonian era in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., every one of those fossils was found right here in Sylvania, Ohio. Fossil Park is located about 1 mile to the north of the large working quarries operated by Hanson Aggregate Midwest, Inc. Hanson Aggregate is the largest corporation on the planet. They are a worldwide operation where they dig for rock, for roadways, construction, and related business operations of that kind. So what Hanson did was they had this quarry here, which is a safe place for families. They worked with the park system in the city of Sylvania and said, how about if we bring this rock that everyone wants to dig in to this quarry, and you allow families to come here in a nice, safe place to dig for the rock. We thought that was a fabulous partnership. So they bring the rock to a nice, safe place. The park system brings its front-end loader and loads it up into the trucks. We bring it here to the quarry. As you can see, with all the families and children here today, everyone can safely come, dig for the fossils, find out what they got, look at the signs, talk to the naturalists, and take home the fossils. And it's worked really great for everyone to our 11th people.
most common fossils that you'll find at Fossil Park are brachiopods. They are sea-like creatures. They look like seashells that you would find on the beach, and we find tons of those. We also find a good amount of trilobites. They are a little less common to find full ones, but we find pieces of them and either inside a rock or separate. We also find a lot of crinoids, which are sea lilies, and either the top, which is a sponge-like coral, or the bottom, which is a stem. They're made up of little segments that are flat Cheerios, we call them, and you can find them flat by themselves or stacked up. We have programs that are sponsored by our park system every once in a while, where we bring out our professionals to come out and talk to the kids, the families, and then have them on staff out here while they dig so that they can help identify what they find. And we also offer field trips in spring and fall for junior high, elementary school kids to come out with the professional to give them a little rundown and then come out and dig and identify during the school day, which is a lot of fun for them. Fossil Park is very supported by our community. We have a lot of people that come out during the weekdays, all weekends during summer are very busy. Children like to come out. Parents will bring their kids. Grandparents come out and bring their children. They have a lot of fun. They get in the dirt, moving around, and they're always excited with what they can find there.
Fossil Park has been in existence for 11 years. People always ask me, when will the park be complete? The life of a community park is never complete. However, I can tell you Fossil Park's immediate improvement will be a rock and boulder-shaped playground will be in place in the next year, because the park does not have a playground, and playgrounds are essential. And also, it's so important for kids to get more exercise than ever before. And the boulder-shaped playground, you got to climb up the boulders. You have to use your muscle. You have to sweat. You have to exert some exertion to get your body going. So that playground will really make you climb to the top, so to speak. So that will be the new and immediate improvement to Fossil Park.
Wow, that was so cool. Now, the Fossil Hunting Pit is located in Sylvania. That's about 10 miles west of Toledo, and digging is open until November 12th of this year. Now, next on Scenic Stops, we're going to visit the one, the only, Scott Phillips from American Woodshop. Now, I'm here in Winter Garden Park in Bowling Green, enjoying the beautiful weather and these gorgeous shade trees, much like the trees that are used to create the finest woodworking by the most skilled artisans. One such artisan lives nearby in Piqua, Ohio. Now, many of you, our faithful viewers of WBGU TV, already know of American Woodshop with Scott Phillips. Well, right now we have a special treat for you. We get to go behind the scenes, get to talk to the man, hear a little bit about his nationally syndicated program, how it began, and we're going to chat with him a little bit about his passion, woodworking. WBGU TV's Melissa Andrews visited with him at his shop in Piqua, Ohio.
Greetings from the American Wood Shop. I'm Scott Phillips.
And I'm Susie Phillips.
And today's project, well, it's one of my favorites. Stay well and make some sawdust.
We're making a scenic stop down here in Piqua, Ohio, at Scott Phillips American Wood Shop, and the show airs on WBGU TV, and it's such a privilege for us to be here in the shop and to get to see all about what you do.
Well, you know what? I've been doing the American Wood Shop for 20 years now, which is a lot of woodwork, and I'm having so much fun.
And you're about to go into your 300th episode with WBGU this year.
That's right. WBGU is a national sponsor of the series that's aired on 300 plus TV stations around the country. It's fun. It's just great.
How did you, here in Piqua, Ohio, get into something like this and make it into your career?
Well, two things. Number one, I've always been handy. Okay, so I just took those skills by doing restoration projects for people like spindles for balustrades. And then about 25 years ago, I got hit by lightning. And some people go, wait a minute, how's that set up a TV career? Well, it's real simple. When I was in that special place, I had a chance to talk to the Almighty about what the meaning of life was. And the answer came flooding back, make it better. And the best way I know to do that is to share woodworking skills with people and building projects on national TV, because they can do it too. Learn how to use the right tools the right way, the safe way, and enhance their lives at the same time with beautiful things that they've crafted with their own hands.
So you literally had a life-changing experience.
Absolutely.
And were able to do what a lot of people want to do, which is take their passion and make money.
That's right. Hey, can I give you a quick shop tour?
I would love it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Melissa, the heart of my shop is this table saw. And really, this is where everything starts and ends, putting all the pieces into form.
It looks like a key piece to any wood shop. I mean, it looks expensive, it's huge.
It's a flagship.
It looks like it does a lot of stuff.
I've been a woodworker for 40 years. So I bought the best saw going, okay, because this is a heart. But you can also buy a $500 contractor saw, and whatever you do, make sure you get a good guard with it and use it the way the guard was intended, and that will prevent accidents. Keep those blades sharp too.
Now I'm looking around your shop, I see a lot of pieces of wood and I see a lot of equipment, and I think about my husband and all the projects I want him to do around the house, like crown molding or wainscoting, and I think I'm gonna have to hire somebody like you to do this.
Not true. You can go to the American Wood Shop on the website and watch old episodes that cover all the steps on how to do that, okay? But also, it's not just a husband. Crown molding, large pieces of wood.
So you're saying I could do it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can dig right in there, and together you can complete those home improvement projects. So that's not tough to do.
All right, and so you have a lot of other, sorry to say, clutter around here, it looks like, but I'm sure it all has its place and its purpose.
Absolutely. There's a place for everything and everything in its place. That's my story I'm sticking to.
What's next? I see so many interesting pieces around
Another
here.
workbench, and you talk about crown molding. I want to show you the saw for that.
Okay.
Melissa, to do that crown molding, you need a good miter saw. And it's got to have a good fence system on it so you can cut those work pieces accurately.
And it looks intimidating, but I guess the point that we're getting at is that anybody can do it if you get over that initial intimidation.
You can, but hands-on tips, working with woodworkers that can show you the right way to do it first, that's the key.
And I'm here in your wood shop, and I can't help but wonder, I see all these different kinds of wood, and I guess the question for a woodmaker is, or woodworker is, what is your favorite wood to work with?
Hands down, American walnut. It's just so rich. The color is just lustrous. This is a bowl that Susie turned out of walnut. But here's some other woods that I like to work with. Environmentally responsibly harvested. This is orange agate.
And we don't really find that around here, though.
No, that's Brazil. Okay, now local woods, I like cherry with sapwood. That's a really nice contrast. But I like maples a lot. You know, cherries are also a wonderful wood to work with. So those are my favorite woods.
How do you get your hands on some of these exotic woods?
Believe it or not, I call them all exotic, you know, because of the rich color. And most people think it has to be imported to be exotic. But we have American exotics too. I just keep my eyes open, and it always comes to me. Now, you have to pay a good price for it, but it's worth it. Now, I have a project outside I want you to see.
All right.
Now, these chairs are built out of redwood. Now, have a seat. Never needs a finish.
Very comfortable, too. So, yeah, redwood is one of the only woods, or the only wood, that you can grow this moss.
Exactly. These are liverworts and mosses, of all things, okay?
People are paying a lot of money right now to have this antique-looking, natural stuff going on.
Well, this is just bare redwood, heartwood. You can't have any sapwood because that would rot. But I just love the look of this.
It's gorgeous.
You want to make sure the fasteners are rust-proof too.
We have had such a great time out at your wood shop today. It has been fabulous. We've had such a great time, and we appreciate you sharing this with our Scenic Stops viewers.
Oh, couldn't enjoy it more. Be sure to watch this show. There are some fabulous visits to come.
But speaking of your show, you've got another whole season coming up for the WBGU TV viewers.
That's right. WBGU TV is producing season 20, the 300 show for PBS, and that starts airing everywhere in February 2013. So be sure to tune in then.
Can I say it?
What's that?
Go make some dust.
Good for you. You're a natural.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And it is worth mentioning twice. The 20th season of American Woodshop wraps up in February right here, produced by none other than the fine WBGU TV crew. Another season of incredible shows with the talented host, Mr. Scott Phillips. I can't wait. Well, that's all right now for this episode of Scenic Stops. But coming up next week, we're going to sit down with the legendary coach, Lou Holtz.
But I think what's really important is to have fun with whatever you do.
We'll also spend an evening at an anime convention, and we'll introduce you to a man that makes cannons right in his own foundry. Now, do you happen to know of a unique person or maybe an unusual place? If you have an idea for a location that you'd like to see featured right here on the show, just drop us a line with information to WBGUfeedback@bgsu.edu. And if we use your tale on a Scenic Stops episode, we'll send you a very stylish Scenic Stops t-shirt. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Kathleen Phipps. Thanks again for joining us. And remember, the view is always nice from our Scenic Stops.